Really quick on the rating thing, just to kind of address your point. So can you just quickly paraphrase what your original question was in terms of self-awareness when it comes to rating?
Well, yeah. So I guess my hypothesis is that an average person, if they're not like what they think they are, reality will come in and let you know at a certain point, like slap you in the face. And if you are unable to see that reality, if you're unable to see those slaps, then you're just not self-aware. And if you are able to see them, then you like eventually start wondering, okay, maybe it is me. And then, you'll...
Yo, AB Check, big thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Go ahead.
So it just seems to me that women that think that they are a 10 and will keep struggling in life because they will never, understand the reality are not self-aware women rather than like...
Yeah, I understand. I think I understand your question. I mean, my response to that is, women are certainly capable of self-awareness. I think, however, where women get into trouble and where a lot of them don't receive the so-called slap in the face is that women can sleep with men that are more attractive than them, who are higher status than them, who are basically hypergamy, so who either socioeconomically are higher, so that could be status, it could be money, or it could also be looks. And here's why, because men welcome the easy access. Flan Life, thank you for the 10 gifted. Women welcome the easy access, women welcome the easy access, am I having a stroke? Men welcome, I got tongue twisted. Men welcome the easy access to sex. So a guy who, let's say, and look, in common, like obviously we're having an intellectual conversation here, and like common conversation, I'm not like referring to people as 10s and 7s, but because we're trying to like get to the truth of things, I am trying to have like a rather, to some degree, shallow or superficial approach to this. But for conversation's sake, it's very easy to say, looks-wise, she's a 6. Looks-wise, he's a 7, whatever it may be. So a girl who's a 6 could sleep with a dude who's a 9 because he's like easy access to sex, cool, but he's never going to give her commitment. So that's, I think women don't really get the slap in the face because it's pretty easy for women, and let me just finish my point and I'll have you come in, John.
Okay, sorry.
Women can sleep with men that on pretty much all levels are more attractive than them, whether, again, that's status, wealth, or looks, or even personality. A lot of women want a guy who's funny, charismatic, confident, all these things, even if they don't have those same qualities. So basically what you have happening is women are going to... Hold on. Spencer, thank you, man.
Donated $100. Body counts including the men.
We'll get to body count. Thank you, man. Spencer, appreciate it. So here's the difference, right? A guy will gladly sleep with, hook up with, keep a girl around for... This is basically what situationships are. Casual sex, right? With a girl who's less physically attractive than him because he welcomes the easy access to sex, he'll never commit to her, she'll never be his boyfriend, she'll never get the ring. Look, it happens occasionally. Let me just finish my point. And so here's the difference. A guy will sleep with a woman who's not as attractive as he is, and he'll never commit to her. But for women to sleep with a guy, he needs to be at least for a woman to be able to sleep with a guy, he needs to be at least good looking enough to be considered for a relationship. He has to be at least attractive enough that she would be in a relationship with him. But the same is not the case for men. Men will sleep with women of a certain physical attractiveness that they would never commit to. They just welcome the easy access to sex. So women can sleep with these guys who are really high status, who are really good looking, and they'll never get commitment. So they think, if I can get a guy who is a 9, thus I must too be a 9, because for me to be able to do that, he has to be like he has to be good looking enough for me to commit to him. But men and women, we don't play by the same rules. So, like, yeah.
I actually absolutely agree with everything you've said. The part where I would just kind of like rile back. So the moment you even said it yourself, the man will not be dating that woman. He will have sex with her, right? But we also know that women prefer relationships. They don't prefer sleeping around. Now we could, of course, go into argument that might be different in our day and age. However, what I'm trying to say is that woman that the guy had sex with, she will want to have a relationship with that guy. He will not give her the relationship, and that's the slap that she will get. Like, she will think to herself that, oh, I can get this guy, we must be on the same level. But the guy, potentially, when she'll be going for the relationship, he will let her know, like, dude, we can have sex, but you're not on the level.
I think some, perhaps a few women will make that connection, but I think there's going to be a lack of accountability, and they're going to, instead of being like, I was sleeping with a guy outside of my league, I was sleeping with a guy with way too much status compared to where I'm at in life, they're going to say, he's a fuckboy. They're not going to say, I'm just not that attractive. So I think some women might get the slap, and you're right that women get rejected on the back end. So men get rejected on the front end, like we go up instantly, the girl's like, no. Women don't really get rejected typically on the front end, like, because women really aren't the initiators like that. Women are the selectors, so they're gonna pick.
Salvitex
Thank you,
donated
man.
$100. Intelligence and humility are what makes a person attractive. I've seen 10s be 4s and 4s be 10s. Let's save the planet, let's plant more trees. Once again, thank you, Brian,
Thank you.
for the amazing content. Your guest is a legend. Much love from Houston, Texas.
Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Ville Rontala? Vile? Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Appreciate it. Did you?
Can somebody remind me, like, what
I just wanted to add, though, that the lack of self-reflection is due because of the delusion that has been implemented in them. It's going to be harder for them to reflect when that delusion has been spoon-fed to them.
I 100% agree with what you're saying. And Brian, like, to your point, I see what you're saying. And I will, like, my point to both you guys is going to be like, yeah, self-awareness is one of the largest humanity problems nowadays. I don't think it's just women, I don't think it's just men, but I do think that is one of the key issues of a lot of, like, dating relationships in general, is that, like, lack of self-awareness.